pretty much hear me still talking into it. You can probably hear me over there talking into it, and I'm not talking very loud.
Your practice. Thank you. Good luck. Have fun, you guys.
Okay, just a quick mic check for the teams. Teams, can you hear me okay? Okay, good, thank you. All right. Actually, it's gonna be probably more like this. Gotta go and stay centered. Brandon, Brandon will give me words if I don't. Say what? Yeah, no, that's fine. It's fine, yeah. Oh, okay. I know we're waiting for Terry to come back. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, scratch paper. Scratch paper, and then y'all will give me the signal and we'll be ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. On behalf of the College Options Foundation and Academic Initiatives, my name is Dave Bykowski, and I welcome you to the 2021 Marine Corps Junior ROTC National Academic Championship. We have two fine teams competing in this championship match. With the Blue Buzzers from Henrico, Virginia, J.R. Tucker High School, the number 2 seed coming into this championship, and from Little Rock, Arkansas, the number 1 seed, Catholic High School, with the White Buzzers. Teams, congratulations to all of you on making it to this championship match. Before we begin, we'll do a buzzer check, starting closest to me and working our way across the stage. So if you could please ring in and give your name and your upcoming year in school.
CJ Matthews, I'm going to be a senior.
Drew Dillman, and I'm going to be an 11th grader.
Charlie Timmis, I'm going to be a senior.
Luke Robbins, junior.
Sharon Albert, rising junior.
Maliha Chattery, rising senior.
Aiden Kennedy, rising senior.
Natalie Sherlock, rising sophomore.
Again, teams, congratulations. Do you have any questions for me before we begin? Hearing none, we'll begin the match with the first quarter, which consists of 8 toss-up questions worth 10 points each. Teams, hands on your buzzers. Good luck. Here is toss-up number 1. Usually, a patina that forms on copper will be this color. Stained glass of this color is often made using chromium oxide. Catholic.
Green.
Green is correct for 10 points. Number 2. The castor variety of this ingredient has smaller crystals than the most common variety. The confectioner's type is a very fine white powder, while J.R. Tucker.
Sugar.
Sugar is right for 10 points. Number 3. Winfield Scott and Zachary Taylor were commanders in this war. President James K. Polk sparked this war in 1845. Catholic.
Mexican-American War.
That's correct for 10 points. Number 4. It is divided into 9 regions, all of which have a significant amount of autonomy. Known as Abyssinia until the 20th century, it was the first Catholic.
Ethiopia.
Ethiopia is right for another 10. Number 5. The organization GLSEN works to encourage learning about these people in schools, while the 1978 Briggs Initiative tried to make it illegal for these people to become teachers. J.R. Tucker.
Native Americans.
That's incorrect. I'll continue. Illegal for these people to become teachers in California. The repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell allowed these people to openly serve in the military. The case Obergefell v. Hodges allowed these people to marry nationwide. The rainbow flag is recognized Catholic.
Gay people.
Yes, that's correct for 10 points. Number 6. To a violinist, this action prevents the string from vibrating in order to alter the pitch. To a French horn player, it means to partially close the bell by inserting the hand inside of it. Give this term that also refers to the knob or tap on an organ that turns a sound on or off. J.R. Tucker.
Mute.
That's incorrect. 5 seconds to ring in, Catholic. Catholic.
Fret.
Also incorrect. Stopping is what it's called. The origin of the phrase pulling out all the stops is from playing the organ. Number 7. The white matter of this anatomical structure is sometimes called arbor vitae, meaning tree of life. 3 bundles of fibers called peduncles connect it to the 3 parts of the brainstem right below it. Located behind the occipital lobe, this structure is divided into lateral halves connected by thin fibers called vermis. Name this part of the human brain responsible for coordinating movement and maintaining balance. Catholic.
Ear.
That's incorrect. 5 seconds to ring in, J.R. Tucker. J.R. Tucker.
Brainstem.
Also incorrect, right next to it, the cerebellum. Number 8, the final toss-up of the first quarter. On July 4th, 1828, Charles Carroll, then the last surviving signer of the Declaration of Independence, laid the first cornerstone for this railroad line. George Brown financed it as the first steam-powered railroad line that carried J.R. Tucker.
Transcontinental.
That's incorrect, I'll continue. That carried both freight and passengers. Name this railroad, known to Monopoly players, that reached Chicago and St. Louis, named after both the originating city of the line in Maryland and a Midwestern river. Catholic, buzz in if you want it. Catholic.
B&W.
The B&O Railroad for Baltimore and Ohio. And teams, that is the end of the first quarter. Score is confirmed as Catholic High School with 40, J.R. Tucker High School with 10 at the end of the first quarter here. The second quarter is the toss-up bonus round. Second quarter is the toss-up bonus round. There are 4 toss-ups in this round. A correct answer to a toss-up gives a team 10 points and the first opportunity at a 3-part bonus question. Missed bonus parts do bounce back to the other team, who have an opportunity to steal those points. Teams, hands on your buzzers. Here we go with the start of quarter number 2. A god named Sucellos in ancient German mythology carried one of these objects, and he was known as the Good Striker. A more famous example of one of these was made by the dwarves Broker and Sin. Tucker.
Hammer.
Hammer is correct. We'll leave the light on here through the bonus. This figure was given grace by Aphrodite, the knowledge of fine crafts by Athena, and a keen mind by Hermes. For 10 points each, first, name this first woman in Greek mythology. A jar, often incorrectly called this figure's box, was opened to release into the world all evils known to man until only hope remained.
Pandora.
That's right for 10. Next part. Pandora was created by Hephaestus as a punishment for mankind after this figure stole the gift of fire from the gods. This figure is credited with creating mankind from clay in Greek mythology.
Prometheus.
Right again. And finally, Pandora's daughter Pyrrha and her husband Deucalion were the only people to survive one of these events caused by Zeus. Noah is said to have made an ark to survive one of these events, lasting for 40 days.
Flood.
Yes, Great Flood is correct for 30 points on the bonus. Toss-up number 2. During these conflicts, one politician ended every speech by saying that an enemy city must be destroyed, regardless of the Catholic.
Punic Wars.
That's correct for 10, and we'll have the bonus coming your way here. During a battle in this war, a commander told his troops not to fire until they see the whites of the enemy's eyes. For 10 points each, first, name this war, which featured the Battle of Bunker Hill. In this war, the American colonies fought for independence from the British.
American Revolutionary War.
That's right. Next, following the Revolutionary War battles of Germantown and Brandywine, troops retreated to this Pennsylvania encampment. Washington's army had to suffer through the harsh winter of 1777 in this location.
Valley Forge.
Right again. And finally, at Valley Forge, this Prussian drill master developed an efficient training method for soldiers, which focused on usage of bayonets?
Baron von Steuben.
That is correct for 30 points on the bonus. Well done. Number 3. Parts of the body made of this tissue include the stapes and many sesamoid examples of it. The organic part of this tissue is called ossein, which is bound with many minerals in this tissue. This body tissue is affected by diseases such as fibrous dysplasia and osteoporosis. Marrow is located inside of this Catholic.
Bone.
That's right for 10. And bonus coming your way. This physicist proposed a thought experiment in which a radioactive substance would cause hydrocyanic acid to be released with probability 1/2 into a box with a cat inside. For 10 points each, first, name this physicist who used that thought experiment to demonstrate that the cat inside would be in a state of quantum superposition between alive and dead. Answer, please.
Einstein.
Incorrect. Chance to steal for Tucker. Need an answer.
Hawking.
Also incorrect. Erwin Schrödinger, the answer there. Back to Catholic for part 2. In another physics thought experiment, the second law of thermodynamics is hypothetically violated by this small creature, which uses a door to sort fast and cold gas molecules into separate chambers.
B.
Incorrect. Chance to steal for Tucker.
Cat.
Also incorrect. It's called Maxwell's demon. Back over to Catholic for part 3. The Laplace's demon thought experiment implies that knowing this property and momentum for a particle could determine its history and future. This property defines where a particle is relative to its surroundings.
Location.
Yes, or position. I can take either one there. Good for 10 points on the bonus. This is the last toss-up of the second quarter teams. This city contains the corncob-shaped Marina Towers. The second tallest building in this city is known as the John Hancock Tower, and Anish Kapoor's bean-shaped Cloud Gate is a landmark. Tucker.
New York.
That's incorrect. I'll continue. Is a landmark in this city's... Here, please. Is a landmark in this city's... Catholic.
Chicago.
Chicago is right, yes. The most populous city in Illinois. Good for 10 points and bonus. During the immigration boom of the late 19th and early 20th centuries, unrest in Europe led millions to go through this island to get to the United States. For 10 points each, first, name this island located halfway between New York and New Jersey, home to the main historical immigration point for the East Coast.
Ellis Island.
Right. Immigrants entering at Ellis Island would often see this structure while entering. A gift from France, this large green statue depicts a woman holding a tablet and a torch.
Statue of Liberty.
It is. And finally, this other island was known as the Ellis Island of the West. Located in California's San Francisco Bay, it saw most of its immigrants from China and Japan.
Alcatraz.
Incorrect. Chance to steal for Tucker.
Sacramento.
Also incorrect. Angel Island is the answer we're looking for there. So 20 points earned by Catholic on the bonus, and that is the end of the second quarter. At the halfway mark, we have Catholic with 130 points and J.R. Tucker with 50 points. The third quarter is the category round. The team that's trailing at this point in the match chooses one of the 3 available categories for themselves. There are 10 questions in each category. Each question is worth 10 points, and the questions are only for that team. After the first team has gone through their category, the other team will have their selection from the remaining 2 categories. Teams? Here are the 3 categories available in this game. Historical co-workers, I in religion, just capital letter I in quotation marks, and finally, biology of vision. I'll repeat those again. Historical co-workers, I in religion, I in quotation marks, biology of vision. J.R. Tucker, since you trailed, go ahead and select your category.
I in religion.
I in religion it is. Identify each of the following associated with religion in which either the answer or a key clue in the question begins with the letter I. Again, these are all just for you, 10 points each. No need to use the buzzers in this quarter. Here we go, number 1. This major world religion has sects known as Sunni and Shia.
Islam.
That's right. A person who is accused of not believing in a religion, often by those in power, may be labeled with this term.
Infidel.
Yes. This word for a common artwork depicting a religious figure and used for devotion has come to refer to any small image on a computer.
Icon.
Correct. This is the religious figure who leads the prayers and religious activities within a mosque.
Imam.
Yes. 2 answers required for this part. The I Ching, spelled I, and then Ching, C-H-I-N-G, is an ancient Chinese text explaining the importance of opposites, such as these concepts referring to light and dark, often drawn in a black and white circle.
Yin and Yang.
Yes. Number 6. In Catholicism, the Immaculate Conception refers to the idea that this woman was born without original sin.
Mary.
Yes. Many Christians believe that God underwent this process to become present on earth, quote, in the flesh.
Incarnation.
It is. Number 8. The Gospel of John states that the inscription INRI appeared on the crucifix. The inscription refers to Jesus by this royal title.
King of the Jews.
It is. Number 9. In the Indian Rig Veda, this chief god of weather and war is said to have defeated the serpent representing evil.
Iris.
Indra is the right answer there. And finally, Izanagi and Izanami are the creator gods who birthed this nation, according to this nation's Shinto religion.
Japan.
Japan is correct for 9 correct, I believe. 90 more points on that category. Takes you up to 140. Job well done. Catholic, we come over to you now. There are 2 categories remaining: historical coworkers and biology of vision.
Historical coworkers.
Okay, historical coworkers it is. Identify each of the following associated with notable tears or teams. Here we go, number 1. Friedrich Engels co-wrote the Communist Manifesto with this man and helped to edit his work Das Kapital.
Karl Marx.
That's right. Number 2. From 1803 to 1806, he joined Meriwether Lewis on an expedition across the Louisiana Purchase.
Clark.
William Clark it is. In the 1840 campaign slogan, Tippecanoe and Tyler too, this was the real name of Tippecanoe.
William Henry Harrison.
Is right. Rosalind Franklin is often left out of the story of how Watson and Crick discovered the double helix structure of this chemical.
DNA.
Right. Fred Noonan was the navigator for this aviator who disappeared over the Pacific in 1937.
Earhart.
Yes. Large-scale art was the specialty of Christo and Jean-Claude, and the pair was best known for wrapping buildings and objects in this material.
Plastic.
Fabric, the answer there. Number 7. This U.S. president met his wife Michelle while working together at the Chicago law firm Sidley & Austin.
Barack Obama.
Right. Sergey Brin and Larry Page co-founded this now massive company in 1998.
Google.
It is. Number 9, a whole series of anonymous authors wrote this book series about the brothers Frank and Joe, published under the pen name Franklin W. Dixon.
Hardy Boys.
It is. And finally, this European country is ruled by 2 co-princes, the Catholic Bishop of Urgell and the President of France.
Andorra.
Is right. So I believe that is 9 correct for you on the category as well. Takes you up to 220, and that's the end of the 3rd quarter. Very good quarter for both teams there. As we head to the 4th quarter, 4th quarter consists of 8 toss-up questions worth 20 points each, so still anybody's game. Teams, hands on your buzzers. Best of luck. Here we go with toss-up number 1. This body of water is the primary source of beluga caviar. The Absheron Peninsula, which juts into this body of water, contains the world's lowest altitude capital city. That city, Baku, has grown rich off of Catholic.
Caspian Sea.
Right, 20 points. Number 2. During this ruler's reign, universal male suffrage was enacted by the Second Reform Act. This ruler's prime ministers Gladstone and Disraeli were political rivals. After the death of her husband, Prince Albert, Catholic.
Queen Victoria.
Queen Victoria is right for 20 points. Number 3. Project Orion was a study of spacecraft intended to be propelled using these things. The doctrine of mutual assured destruction describes use of these things, which in America can only be used after authorization. Tucker.
Nuclear weapons.
That's correct for 20 points. Number 4. The Nazirite vow requires that the person taking it abstain from consuming this product. On the Shabbat, obligatory blessings called Kiddush are made over this product. Catholic.
Pork.
That's incorrect, I'll continue. During the Passover Seder, everyone present drinks 4 cups of this substance. Along with the host, a sacramental type of this substance is an element of the Eucharist. Name this alcoholic drink made from fermented grape juice that is significant in Jewish and Christian traditions. Tucker.
Wine.
Wine is right for 20 points. Number 5. Railway terminals that this architect designed across the world include the Budapest Nyugati station. After the previous engineer died, Auguste Bartholdi asked this architect to finish the metal framework of the Statue of Liberty. A spindly... Tucker.
Eiffel?
That's correct. Yes, the namesake of the Eiffel Tower. Good for 20 points. Number 6. The backstory of this author's universe of Ea is described in the Silmarillion. In a novel by this author, Thorin Oakenshield is killed at the Battle of Five Armies. Catholic.
Tolkien.
Tolkien is correct for 20 points. Charged particles exceeding this quantity cause the blue glow around underwater nuclear reactors known as Cherenkov radiation. The ratio of this quantity in a vacuum to this quantity in a medium is that medium's index of refraction. Catholic.
Speed of sound.
That's incorrect, I'll continue. Energy equals mass times this quantity squared. Name this speed, symbolized c, which is the universe's speed limit and the speed at which photons travel. Tucker.
Speed of light.
Speed of light is correct for 20 points. Final toss-up of the game teams. This country's President Ashraf Ghani belongs to the Pashtun tribe. Catholic.
Afghanistan.
That's correct for a final 20 points. And teams, that is the end of the game. And a good competitive match. Final score is confirmed: Catholic with 300, J.R. Tucker with 220. Congratulations to both teams on a very competitive and well-played match. Catholic, we'll look forward to seeing you in the Joint Service Championship at 5 o'clock tonight. We know one of your competitors, Princess Anne High School, representing the Navy, and we'll find out the other teams later today in the Air Force and Army Championships. So congratulations to you there. And we'll look forward to seeing you all online at 12:30 for the Air Force Championship, 4 o'clock for the Army Championship, and 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for the Joint Service Championship. Thank you very much.